Hello and welcome to the TryLine podcast. This is our first one here with my mate Danny.
Hello, everybody.
We want to do this because we love footy. We love having a bet, so we thought we'd get into it, give it a go. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. If you like me more than him, that's probably ideal. Um, anyway, Danny, how's your week been, mate? Did you enjoy the footy on the weekend?
Oh, I loved the footy on the weekend. Loved it. Mainly because my team got up. What about you?
I think you know very well that my team did not get up. I'm sure we'll touch on that a little later. I just thought I'd get you off by talking about the breaking news right now. It only broke just 10 minutes ago. Tavita Pengai Jr., he's going to be sacked because of his breach notice, and he's going to have his $650,000 contract torn up with the Broncos. What do you think about that?
Oh, when I first heard it, I thought it was a bit rough. But I mean, good. I
Well,
like it.
he's been kind of a problem for a while now for the Broncos. He's constantly suspended. He's got a bad track record at the club. Him going to that barber shop was just stupid, especially after everything that happened in the days leading up to it. I think
Yep.
I've just got it here from Volandis that they had someone break biosecurity laws in the NRL 9 times in 4 days. So, and Pengai
Got to draw
Jr.
the
was
lines.
Pengai Jr. was at the back end of that. So come on, they know.
Yeah, you got to draw the line somewhere. Putting the entire league at risk
Yeah,
to get a haircut. Not good.
and that's it. That's it. Anyway, so some of the other breaches were Wayne Bennett, Paul Vaughan. They got issued $20,000 and $10,000 fines. They were just dining out. I'm pretty sure they've got to go into quarantine for 2 weeks too because of that. So we'll
I
see
would.
how that
I would
works
think
out.
they do.
Yeah, well, I think that assistant coach for South will take over, and then you had Seabolt and three other Broncos officials also break the bubble. So what do you think about that?
That's not good news. That's not good news for an already troubled club. But honestly, I haven't heard of that. That Seabold and three other Broncos officials had broken the bubble, so can't really comment on how they did it. What's been happening?
Well, I think Seabolt's was for family matters. So he had family matters. He didn't leave Sydney with the team, and that constitutes a break. So he goes into. I hope everything's all right there with him. The other three, I'm not really sure what they were doing. One was Alfie Langer, and that was before the game, so they had someone else run the water that night. But
Hmm.
they're educated enough. They know enough. It shouldn't be happening. I don't think personally.
Well, I mean, you'd seen what happened earlier with Paul Vaughan and Wayne Bennett.
I know,
So
and the junior one, the Pengai junior one, I think is ridiculous, and I think they probably got himself out of a bloated contract anyway. So, second thing I got here on my little list. Sounds so prepared, professional over here. Um, During the week, Ryan Papenhausen retweeted an AFL player's tweet. The tweet said, "Not one AFL player gives a flying F about how we cost your $100 multi. It's a $5 bet, you idiot. If you're struggling with that amount, don't punt in the first place. Death threats, and I hope you're not. I hope you do your ACL the next game. I dare say we won't pay you out either." Ryan Papenhausen then went on NRL.com and said that he receives death threats after games in the same vein. What do you think about that?
I think it's disgraceful. I think you should be ashamed of yourself if you if you're talking like that. I mean, don't put a bet on if you're not afraid to lose the money.
Exactly.
That's what a bet is.
Yeah.
That's what a
I,
bet is. You
I agree with that
go on.
100%. Well, me and you both love a bet, and I don't think we've ever thought any time about messaging someone after we've lost, even though maybe I've wanted to bend my phone or something or throw it in the lake. Especially this last weekend, I got fleeced. But But yeah, just don't do it, guys. Come on, be better than that. And if you're really worrying that much about $5, maybe keep it in your pocket to start with. Next
Agree.
thing, Warriors got a new head coach this week, Nathan Brown. Kind of come in late. I thought Tubi was probably the man to go over there, but if they're looking for a rebuild, Nathan Brown's probably a guy. I think he got a 3-year deal, and he starts November 1st, 2020.
Good fit. Good fit. I mean, look what he did with the Knights. The Knights were horrible. The Knights were
Yeah,
woeful.
they're in a
And
hole.
he's come in. I mean, he's not there anymore. But he turned that club around.
Yeah, well,
Brought in a
their
lot of good
roster's a
players.
lot better now than what it was when he got there, and I think he trimmed a lot of fat over there. So, but do you think the Warriors roster needs to change much? Reckon
Well, considering they've got a few players, pardon me, that went back over to New Zealand, I mean, they don't need much. They don't need much.
what do, what do you,
Maybe
what do you think they need?
I think like a really a good go forward like front rower. They don't really have a good forward that makes a lot of meters.
Not a leader either, do they? They don't really have a
Yeah,
leader
no.
in the
I
pack.
think they need a good front rower that can take him forward, and that RTS can run off the hip. He can run off his hip.
See, I
I
reckon if
mean,
they could sign Daniel Alvaro, I know he's on loan. If they could keep him, Adam Blair,
he's not
I think he's past his prime, but
oh, by
and
about
I
10
rate
years.
that Hetherington. He's a gun. I reckon he's good.
He's good. He's just a bit of a hothead, but if he
Yeah,
can keep it in, definitely. And he's got a bit of toe. Did you see him make that break
yeah,
last
yeah,
week?
yeah,
He's
yeah,
got
yeah.
toe.
I think their team's not far away, and I don't know. I know Phil Gould's going over there as well. I think he's doing more kind of development pathways type work, but he could be big for him too, and it's about time they shored up the New Zealand market because their team's awesome. They got the whole country to choose from. If they can get it right, they could be a powerhouse for the next 10, 20 years.
100%.
So the games on the weekend, it was a bit of a disappointing one for me, obviously. But we'll start with Thursday, Win Stadium. The Roosters took on the Dragons. The Roosters end up closing that one out 24-16. Zach Lomax again shining. I think he's found a home in the centres. I know he started the year at fullback, but if he gets good early balls in the centres, geez, he just carves them up. He scored a double, and the Roosters players out down on troops. They just keep finding a way to win.
I think it was a pretty good win from the Roosters. The Dragons, they looked like they were coming. They looked like they were coming in hard.
Yeah.
But somehow the Roosters they they won.
Does
They got the job done.
Paul McGregor get a contract past this year?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. Then we had Friday night at Lotto Land. The Warriors played Manly. I actually really enjoyed this game. Manly kind of frustrated me a little bit, but the Warriors got up 26-22. Patrick Herbert scored a double, and the Warriors just done enough to win as they have all year. I think they've been very good.
They have that first try by Patrick Herbert. Man, that was a try.
Yeah, can play. But
Can
they
play,
just
yeah.
everything against them this year. The Warriors just keep flying away, and I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing. The other Friday night game was the Rabbitohs and the Broncos over at ANZ. Rabbitohs 28, Broncos 10. The Broncos, I can't say a good thing about them. Their front office is in shambles. Their team doesn't look like they know each other week to week. Latrell looked all right first game back. He's getting better each week at fullback. Cody Walker's coming into just outstanding form. He can tear games apart. And the Broncos continue down their slippery dip to the bottom of the ladder.
Well, this was one of your bets on the weekend. Sneaky bet. I had the Rabbitohs at the line, so they were minus 10.5.
Mate,
And it was Good win. $2 that was.
Easy,
$2.
easy money for you, mate.
Easy money. Easy money. But yeah, great from the Rabbitohs. Good to see Latrell playing well. He's been up and down recently, but it's good to see him, finding form.
And I think we all knew he would come good. He's a quality player. He just
Yeah.
needs to, when he's on, and he's a player that can win you a comp. You know what I mean? You get to the grand final, Latrell can win you the grand final. So I love him. I love to watch him play. I hope he keeps playing well. Saturday, Sunshine Coast Stadium, Storm 41, Broncos 10. Cam Munster is the big story coming out of this one. Injured, him, Cameron Smith. Geez, it could be a rocky couple of weeks here for the Storm.
Well, it could be, but I mean, they were already down on troops that game. No Cam Smith, but they still pull it out of the hat.
That's
it's against
true.
the Bulldogs. It's against the Bulldogs. I mean, they're not playing that well at the moment, but
they do just find a way to beat the bottom sides every year. They beat the teams that they're meant to beat. That's their MO, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Next game, it was the Knights. The Knights bounced back to form. Green on debut there. This was at McDonald Jones Stadium. The Knights are 44, Tigers 4. Now, I had a little talking point. I really wanted to get your opinion on this. Do you think the Tigers are wearing thin of Michael Maguire's tongue lashings of a halftime? Because Michael Maguire is known to be ruthless. He's known to give it to him. And the old adage, you only get one a year. Well, I think he's used about 6 in 5 weeks. So do you think they're getting a bit over that?
Oh, honestly, I couldn't tell you. I don't think so. I think that he's good for the club. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the Tigers. They just can't seem to get anything going. The week before, they smashed someone. They smashed the Broncos or someone.
No, I think they lost the week before.
Did they?
Let's have a look.
Or am I just...
No, they got just beat by the Warriors in a close one.
Oh, that's right, the Warriors.
The Tigers. When's the last time the Tigers had a win here? They lost
the Broncos, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they beat the Broncos. That was on the 17th of July. Since then, they've lost 3 straight.
Ooh, all right, I'm a little bit...
And last week was their biggest defeat. No Harry Grant last week, though, but they're going to have to deal with that for a little bit now. Do you give them any hope of making the 8? Any hope?
No hope. Zero hope.
So where do you... I mean... They're not going to be able to sign Harry Grant. They're not going to be able to re-sign Harry Grant. He's going to go back to Melbourne. What do you see from Tigers? What do they need?
Well, they definitely... Ooh, what do they need? What do they need? They've got a pretty good fullback, Adam Dewey. He gets the job done. He's a good player.
It's hard watching him on the weekend, him crying after the game because of everything that was going on in Lebanon. That was really hard to see.
Yeah,
by the way, if anyone's listening that knows anyone from Lebanon, is from Lebanon, our hearts go out to you, man. That's horrible. It's really terrible. The Tigers, I don't know. Michael Maguire thought he could get him off out of 9th. I've actually got him finishing 9th, so that's kind of funny. But anyway, I don't know what's going to go over there. Sunday was one of the worst days of the weekend for me. My team, my old Cowboys, played the Titans. I gave us a chance in this game. They ended up going down 30-10. I think they were down by 20 points at halftime. Michael Morgan come back, looked really, really, really poor, really underdone, missed a ton of tackles.
Rusty. Very rusty.
The Titans look better every week, and they got some good players coming. I can see them maybe pushing for that top 8 by next year, I think.
Yeah, well, I think they could definitely... Oh, they could... Not definitely. But, I mean, they've got a good forward pack coming in next year. You got to think about it. They got David Fafita and Fasul Malawi.
Yeah, and Now Pengai's on the market. You never know. They got cash. They got rid of Arrow. They got rid of Ryan James. That's a bit
They
of
shouldn't
dead
be
weight for
spending
him.
money on. They shouldn't. Pangai also a bit of dead weight, mate.
Yeah. But he's explosive. Anyway, the Cowboys. The Cowboys. You get what's going on there. I don't really want to talk about them because they kind of break me up. But what is going on there? I've got in my notes here. The Broncos and the Cowboys have way too good a sides to be sitting 14th and 15th on the comp.
Well, yeah, they do. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them, mate. I couldn't tell you.
They're killing
Could
me.
not tell you.
Sunday was the game at Jubilee, the big wet. That was the Sharks and Eels. The Eels end up getting the Chockies in that one, 14-12. I thought the Sharks were coming to get them late, but the Eels just keep finding a way to win. Doesn't matter how you get them, you just got to get them.
Yeah, as long as you get the 2 points at the end of the day, mate. To be honest, I turned off the TV after the Sharks went in, scored 2 quick tries.
Yeah,
I just thought it was all over. Yeah, I thought the floodgates had opened. So, and then I was shocked. You couldn't believe how shocked I was after I was about 5 beers deep, just moping, just having
moping
a
around the
sook.
house.
Yeah, moping around the house. So just decided to open up, see how bad it got. Bloody saw Eels 14, Sharks 12. And I just thought to myself, there is a God.
Well, I think they're going all right, the Eels. I think they're you don't want to be playing your best footy now. You want to be playing your best footy in 6 weeks. So as long as you're winning games, you're staying at the right end of the ladder. They could be anything by the end of the year.
I hope to God, the footy gods, we can win it.
Yeah, you can win it all. So out of all the teams on the weekend, who impressed you the most?
The Warriors.
Yeah, me too.
They were down to 12 men for 20. Not for 20 minutes. They were down 12 men for 60 minutes.
Yeah, wow.
So, yeah, and they beat Manly. I mean, what an effort!
And
what a gutsy effort.
They've got the most against them this year. Like they're not going home. They've been over here for a long time now. They've had players have to go home. I've actually got them here. If you're going to have anyone for a Smoky to make the 8, to make a run late, could be them. I don't know what kind of value you get for that, but
I mean, it just depends on their run. They run home.
So I had a look earlier. Their run's a bit tough, but you got to beat everyone at the end of the day to win the comp. So
That's true.
We'll see. We'll see what happens there. I think it's pretty obvious what teams disappointed us this weekend. I've got the Cowboys and the Broncos. They have just every week. I keep thinking, I'm not so much about the Cowboys, but about the Broncos. They're due. This is the week that they're gonna bounce into form. You look up and down their roster, especially their forward pack. It's up against all the forward packs in the comp. I think they've just constantly been disappointed. I don't know what needs to change. I think maybe both the CEO and the head coach both need to get the sack. I think.
Well, something's got to happen because they've got arguably one of the best young front rowers in the game. Payne Haas, absolute workhorse, gets you a ton of work.
Yep.
I mean, all they've got him doing is taking hit-ups. I don't have him doing anything else. The amount of defenders that he could attract if he did bloody a little bit of ball playing.
Yeah.
The amount of defenders that he could attract, 3 or 4 defenders.
And you think
easily.
He'd have that in his game too? You think he'd definitely have that in his game?
And he's got an offload in his game. I mean, come on, you can't be using the best young front rower, best up and coming front rower, just to take hit ups.
I think too much is talked about their halves. I don't think their halves are really their problem too much. I think they need some stability at 9, and that's kind of been out of their control this year with a couple of injuries. But again, they've just got too good a team to be losing games. Losing by, like, the amount of points they've been leaking is just disgraceful. And there's more than just the footy side that's going wrong up there. Like, there must be. Because a team like that should not be losing the way they're losing. So me and Danny are both into fantasy league a bit. You wouldn't know by where we sit on our respective ladders, but we do love fantasy. We put a little bit of time into it. We're dreadful at it, but we have a go. So we're gonna go through who we think flopped this week, one player each. I think we'll both have the same player this week. It hurts me a little bit because I literally just put him in my fantasy team this week. Um, my player that I think went flop this week was James Tedesco.
I'm going
Who's
to have to
yours?
agree with you there. Yeah, James Tedesco, mate. Although I kind of loved it because the guy I was versing had James Tedesco as his captain.
Well, I
But
didn't love it because it cost me $92,000 because he went down 92K. So if I'd have got him this week, it would have been 92,000 less. So
wow,
it was not great for me. But
yeah, no,
and to finish up, this is going to be a segment every time we do our review show. It's going to be Denny's Thursday night special. So he's gonna hand you a little multi for the weekend, and I'll throw it over to Denny. What is your Thursday night special?
alrighty. This is the Thursday night special. Start the weekend off right. Alrighty. So it's on the Thursday night game, obviously. So I've got Sydney Roosters at the line -6.5. They seem to have the team lists have come out already, have they not?
Yeah, they've come out. Yep.
So what's going on with the Roosters back row? Is
All
Angus
right.
Crichton and Boyd Cordner back?
I'll have a look for you now. So it is the Roosters Storm game, yes?
It is the Roosters Storm game.
All right, let's have a look.
What's doing?
Roosters Storm. Okay. So we've got the Roosters side is James Tedesco, Ryan Hall, and Matty Kavalu on the wings. Local boy Matty Kavalu, shout out, legend. Josh Morris, Joseph Manu in the centres. Cleary and Lachlan Liam in the halves. Lindsay Collin, Take Aho in the front row. Back rows, Tonamapea. What's his name? Tona
Yeah.
Sealy. Is that Tonamapea?
Actually, I don't think so.
No,
Hold
it's
on.
not.
It's not Tonomatia.
Uh,
I know who you're talking
Tupanua.
about.
Tupanua.
Tupanua.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tupanua. That's the
yeah.
one.
Who's Tonamapea? So that's he plays for the Storm,
That's
doesn't
young.
he? Yeah.
He plays for the Titans.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Young Tonomapia.
Tupanua and Mitch Alverson in the back row. The lock is Isaac Liu. Jake Friends at 9. And on the bench is Drew Hutchinson, Famal Alusi, I don't know him, Nat Butcher, and Daniel Fafita. I was about to say David Fafita. So where'd he come from? So what is it? Give it to us.
Okay, I'm going to give it to you. Alrighty. I like the Roosters at the line. That's -6.5. So, I mean, they're coming up against a depleted Storm side. No Cam Muster, no Cam Smith. I just think they get the job done.
All right.
Anytime try scorer, I've got James Tedesco. I think he's going to have a bounce back game. He had a bit of a quiet game on the weekend, but I think he's due. He's definitely due.
All right.
The Sydney Roosters, I've got them scoring overs. So over 21.5 points. I mean, that's almost a given.
Yeah.
They're going to be scoring 21.5.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you want to take that, I'd say that's a sure thing. But if you want to shake it up a bit, make a bit more money, take the missus out for a nice dinner.
I like it. Yeah.
Add Luke Keary in there anytime. I got a feeling the little shifty halfback, 5'8", he's going to go through.
So you've got Roosters going overs. You've got Teddy, and you've got the Roosters at the line, and that's your sure thing. That's your 3-legger. That's your safe. But if you want to spice it, you want to call in sick on Monday. You want a little bit of extra money by the missus, that foot massage that she's been asking you for. That's the big one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Add Keary in there, mate. Add Keary.
Oh,
I think that's a sure thing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm with you, mate. I'll be loading up. How much? What's your advice here? How much are you thinking?
Roosters at the line, Teddy, and Roosters overs. Easily a chuck of 50 on that.
Put the mortgage on it.
Put the mortgage on it. Maybe even 100. Put $100 on that. That's a sure thing. Thank me later. Thank me later. You can buy me a beer later. But with Kiri in there, $20.
That's your $20. That's your rainy day
Yeah.
fund.
Yeah.
All
20,
right.
25. We're at $25. It's paying $10.75. What's that? 250, $260 or something like that. I
There
don't
you
know.
go. There you go. We'll take a cut. We'll take 10% of that. You can send it. We'll give you the address next week. So that's it for our review show. There'll be a preview of next round coming up. That'll probably drop on Thursday. And this is our first time doing this, so you just let us know what you like, what you don't like. If there's anything we could do better, we're open to suggestions. It was pretty nerve-wracking doing this the first time, and I don't know. We love footy, so we just wanted to talk about it, and we want to talk to other people that love footy as well. So if you have any questions, any advice, just let us know. Danny, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Uh, nope.
Nope. All right. I just want to say, enjoy your dinner.
To me.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.